The last guest of room 307.
Part 3. The Thing in the Wardrobe. Mark couldn't move. The figure inside the wardrobe remained perfectly still. Two pale eyes stared at him from the darkness. Every instinct screamed at him to run. Yet his legs refused to obey. The room suddenly felt much colder than before. The air itself seemed heavy. As if something invisible had entered the room. Slowly. The eyes blinked. Then moved closer. Not walking. Not crawling. Gliding. Like a shadow floating through darkness. Mark held his breath. The thing inside the wardrobe was coming toward him. Yet he still couldn't see its body clearly. Only those eyes. Watching. Waiting. Without warning. The bedside lamp flickered. Once. Twice. Then darkness swallowed the room. Everything vanished. The bed. The wardrobe. The walls. Only the storm outside remained. A flash of lightning illuminated the room for less than a second. And during that brief flash, the figure was no longer inside the wardrobe. Mark felt it instantly. A presence. Standing directly behind him. Close enough to touch him. Warm breath brushed against the back of his neck. His entire body trembled. Slowly. Very slowly. He turned around. Nothing. The room was empty. Yet the feeling remained. He was no longer alone. Another flash of lightning lit the room. Mark looked toward the antique mirror. His reflection stood there. But something was wrong. Very wrong. His reflection wasn't copying him. Mark stood frozen. The reflection smiled. Mark did not. The smiling reflection raised one finger. Slowly. It pressed the finger against its lips. As if warning him to stay silent. Then the reflection whispered. 3 words. Words Mark would never forget. She's coming back. At that exact moment. A sound echoed outside. Footsteps. Slow. Heavy. Dragging across the floor. The footsteps approached room 307. One step at a time. Closer. 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 Then stopped directly outside the door. A scratching sound followed. Like long fingernails scraping wood. Slowly. Patiently. The sound traveled from the top of the door to the bottom. Screech. Screech. Mark covered his mouth. The scratching continued. As if something outside was searching for a way inside. Then came the woman's voice. Softer than before. More dangerous. Mark. I can see you. His blood froze. The curtains were closed. The door was shut. No one should have been able to see him. Yet the voice sounded certain. As though she was standing inside the room. Suddenly. Letters began appearing on the wallpaper. As if invisible fingers were writing them. Dark stains formed one word at a time. Do not trust her. Mark stared in disbelief. Who was her? The receptionist? The woman outside? Or someone else entirely? A gust of cold wind swept through the room. An old photograph fell from behind the mirror. Mark picked it up. The image showed several hotel employees standing together. The date printed below read. October 12, 1987. Then his eyes widened. Standing among the staff. Was the receptionist. Exactly the same face. Exactly the same appearance. Not a day older. Mark looked toward the entrance. The brass doorknob slowly turned by itself. Click. The lock disengaged. The door began opening. Very slowly. A narrow crack appeared. Beyond it stood only darkness. Then a pale hand emerged from the gap. Followed by a familiar female voice. A voice filled with cold amusement. "Good evening, Mark." The door opened wider. And someone stepped inside. To be continued. End of part 3 Ghost.